Hey guys, I'm Sage Valentine and welcome to my channel of the same name. I'm literally doing this video for my second time because the first time I had a beautiful natural light and Mother Nature decided to make it a little dark outside because it's rather foggy and gross and full of a frizzy, crazy type of day. Thank God though that my hair is not frizzy today, but yeah, you definitely get what you pay for when you go to a more expensive salon, but put that on the side. Every time I do these videos, I always tend to go off on my own thing, but let's get to this review of CBS's Survivor, season 30, episode 7. This is the Worlds Apart season. I can't say I was too surprised that Holly went home because Holly was a part of that power couple with Jen, and I had said in another review that if they didn't get one of those two out, those two were going to end up at the end because they were so solid and so tight. Joe once again made me proud because he not only this time won the reward challenge, he won the immunity challenge. But when he won the reward challenge, he ended up having to pick 4 people to go with him. He picked Carolyn, Tyler, Will, and Shirin. And Tyler discovered a sneaky move that Joe was trying to make as Joe was finishing off that bottle of soda that Carolyn gave him. As he tried to slip that clue into his mouth, that immunity idol clue, and Tyler saw it and basically stayed up all night waiting for Joe to approach him because he's basically like, I could have just outed you, but I didn't. I just want to see what the hell he's going to say. And then as they go off to another side of the beach, once they're back at camp, Mike follows them and finds out that Joe has a clue and he's sharing it with Tyler. So clearly Joe is trying to woo Tyler. And to make a long story short, Tyler then goes back to Mike and tells Mike, like, he's got this clue, it's some grassy area, such and such. And that is a catalyst for Mike to later find an immunity idol. And he vows that if Joe does not find an idol, or if Joe does not win immunity, Joe is going home. But as luck will have it, Joe won immunity. And I was cracking up because Dan kept going, oh, I'm finished. And Jeff Probst kept going, no. Oh, I'm finished. And Jeff Probst again was like, no, you're wrong. I was cracking up during this episode. Another thing, like that whole scene in the beginning with Rodney antagonizing Shirin, it was like Shirin was just getting beaten up on both sides because first Shirin had to hear Rodney's mouth because he was complaining about the rice and how there wasn't enough rice and he wanted an extra scoop as she was cooking it, and then he was taking the skin off the salami. And then on another side, she gets it from Dan, who's like all in her face about siding with Joe and he should be siding with them. And I'm like, why the hell would Shirin side with them when these guys are getting rid of all the girls? Like, Shirin knows what she's doing. She's a super fan. I think she can kind of figure this out. Then Dan goes so far as to basically not only call her annoying, but try to tell her that Joe is not going to save her with his immunity idol. Again, Shirin is a super fan. Shirin's not stupid. So of course she doesn't think that he's going to save her in any way. Then we get to Rodney and this crazy idea to add Will to his alliance, which I'm just like, you can't trust Will. In fact, you can't trust anybody really during this season. But Will is the one I wouldn't trust as far as I could throw him, and I can't throw him far. You can't trust him. And he does this because Kelly was voted out last week, and Will goes, like, he's talking with Will, and Will was upset because he thought that everybody was going to vote off Holly. And he was assured that everybody was basically voting out Holly, which they didn't end up doing. Now the girls have an awesome opportunity at this point to join together and create an alliance that would turn this game upside down. And they all agree to vote for Dan. However, and I'm really not surprised that she did this, Sierra is so comfortable in this game that she feels like she is better surrounded by her buffer, meaning all those guys, instead of siding with these girls and getting these guys out, because the guys are getting the girls out. So it's only natural that they do the polar opposite and try to get the guys out. But unfortunately, Sierra decides to vote for Holly because she reveals to us and to Jeff Probst that, like, I have a good position in this game that I could swing back and forth, and I really don't have to be, basically saying I really don't have to be allegiant to anyone. I can just take care of myself. Sierra's not going to make it very far in this game. Let me see who else. Now, for some reason, Tyler believes that Shirin has an immunity idol, right? Shirin doesn't have an immunity idol because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Carolyn is the person who has the immunity idol, and she hasn't had an opportunity to use it. That's the only reason why it was never revealed, because Carolyn is not looked upon as any type of threat at the moment. Now we get to right before Tribal Council, and after the girls decide that they want to get out Dan, Shirin makes a mistake of telling Tyler that she really wants Dan out of the game, and Tyler tells her, well, right now is a good opportunity for him to basically go after Blue Collar before they realize he's a threat. However, something happened probably after that, and I'm sure Tyler ran back and told the rest of Blue Collar what Shirin was thinking, because the person that ended up going home was Holly. But not before Mike made this weird, like, comment about, would you go with the person who gave you a reward or someone who provides food with you? He just cannot let this whole provider thing go. Like, a couple episodes ago, he was like having a fit because half of Blue Collar did, or most of Blue Collar just wanted to work and then chill and then work and then chill, and he wanted to keep working and working and working. And then Dan makes this really stupid comment when he said flippers don't win the game. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What about Tony from season 28? What about Cochran? Like, dude, have you really been watching this show, or did you just, like, come up with this by yourself? And I was so glad that Shirin schooled him. When Shirin basically told him, Tony was known to flip, which he did, and he won this game. Exactly. Foolish. And then it came down to a vote, and it was 6-5, and Holly was voted out. And at this point, I'm trying to figure out who turned on this deal, and I realized it was Sierra and Tyler, because Tyler voted for Holly and Sierra voted for Holly. And Holly was extremely shocked that she was evicted. I'm not, because she got a little too comfortable in this game, and you really can't get comfortable in Survivor. Now, who do I predict will probably end up getting kicked out of this group next week? I think that Tyler's not going to let up on this whole thing about getting Shirin out of the game. I think that Rodney might do something crazy and probably put an even bigger target on his back, to the point where the group is just like, we don't need this guy at all. Let's get rid of him. Do I think that Jen is going to end up quitting the game like they were alluding to in the package for next week? Probably not, because sometimes when they show it and it looks like somebody's going to leave, that person doesn't necessarily leave. Well, thank you guys so much for being so patient with me. I'm going to go back and finish watching Daredevil, then I'll probably upload this later, but I just wanted to make sure that I got this done for all of my awesome viewers and the lurkers who come in and just want to watch, and I don't blame you guys. So don't forget to take time to rate this video. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my brand of crazy. I have a review of The Red Road and Mad Men and The Following for next week, and another Survivor review to do, and I'll start the wheel all over again. But I also have some other reviews coming soon as well. You guys take care. Leave a comment and let me know what you're thinking of this season, and who do you think is more aggravating, Dan or Rodney, and who do you think will win this game? Check me out on Twitter and Google+, Sage Valentine. I love you guys, and now it's back to Daredevil. Bye, guys. Bye.